What's up, guys? This is the video tutorial to the Break the Cycle template. This one's a fairly simple one. Looks like it might be a little complicated, but I feel like it's pretty simple. So let's just kind of run through it. First thing you'll see is this layer here. Turn on orange layers for single image. Turn on blue layers for dual image. And as always, please watch the tutorial videos. It'll help you out a lot. So as you see right now, it's set up with kind of the double image. So I'm going to turn these blue layers off. Sorry, let me close that one. And now you have nothing. So let's turn on the orange. It's just two of them for a single image, and it just kind of relocates the name over here. So we'll get into that more later, but just right off the bat, let's go ahead and just work on like a 2-image composite here. So as you see, as we just went over, you got two subject, or actually you're going to have 3 subjects folders. So that's this first one's going to be for your single image. This one is for this main full body one that you can also click this mask and it'll turn it into one where you can hide the feet. You can make her larger. Let me go ahead and grab my move tool. Auto selects on. I'm just going to click her, Command or Control T to transform her, and then as you can see, you can kind of resize her however you want. Alright, I'm going to undo that. I'm going to turn that mask back off by holding Shift and clicking the mask. And that's just going to disable that mask. Cool. Now you have just a vignette. It's very subtle, nothing too crazy. Of course, you got 2 different name layers here, or folders. So that's this one, and then you have this one. Then you have the bottom text, which is literally just the year here and with a little bar. Then your main background subject is going to go here. All right, and then your text up here, pretty simple. It's just, whoops, sorry, that's the logo. Bottom text. Oh, sorry, I skipped. All right, so this is your logo. Again, let me click that layer. I want to turn off auto select. You can literally kind of just move that wherever you want. Sometimes I'll put it up here with the name, let it overlap a little. I'm a fan of the overlap look. And then you have your top text, which is just the team name and the sport name. Then you have these little halftone designs here in the corner. You can turn on or off. These color bars that you can turn on or off or change the colors however you want. And then your main background. When you open that up, you'll see you can change like the contrast of it, make it darker or lighter. Double click this. You can get in here and just play around with however you want. I'm going to undo that real quick. Then you can add a color cast to it if you want. Color grade. Or you can turn it black and white. Alright, let's close that up. Oh, you can also, sorry, let me show you the different backgrounds. So we have this arena background. If you want it to be a little darker, again, you can play with the contrast or turn it off, whichever. We also have like this dark, cloudy sky and then just a bright sky with a little bit of clouds in it. So whichever, or you can turn them off completely and just have a real clean, simple color background. I know that's kind of popular right now. Then you just, again, have a very subtle paper texture. Again, you can turn that on or off just to give it that super clean feel. And then your background color. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to scroll back to the top. I'm going to get my move tool again. I'm going to turn on the auto select. First thing I'm going to do is click. I'm going to go ahead and start with the background. So I'm just going to click her. As you see over here, it went straight to the background image. I do have a couple images that I want to use. So I'm going to slide this over. I'm just going to drop it in there. And I'm just going to really blow it up big. Maybe a little smaller for this one. right there. All right, that's it. I'm going to hide the back one. I might reposition her here in a minute. We'll see. All right, now I'm going to click this front main subject. Now I do notice she just had on tennis shoes for this shoot, and that's okay. For tutorial purposes, we're going to use it anyway. Then my final image, I'll probably hide her feet or something. And I think that's the problem a lot of people run into, probably why they do not use a lot of the full body stuff. And that's why I wanted to make this so it's also possible to hide the feet. All right, so while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and create a shadow for her feet real quick. Show you how I do it. Pretty similar to how most everybody else does it. I have a brush already created. These two right here. I'm just going to grab this one. I created a new layer right directly under the subject already. I'm just going to tap here and here. And I'm just going to minimize that to about, let's do about 30%. I want to create another new layer. I want to make it a little smaller. I'm just going to go right around the bottom of the foot there. About like that. Good, spend a little more time on it if I'm doing this for a client, but all right, then I always like to create one more layer, and then I'll just do one big shadow like right there. Sorry, let me come down about right there. And then same thing, I'm going to drop that down to probably about 20%. Not perfect, but here, actually this first one I created, I'm going to drop that one down to about 15. There we go. All right, now I'm going to click my subject, hold shift, I'm going to click that last layer I just painted, Command or Control E, and that just flattens that image with the shadow in it. So there we have it. Let's see what else we can do with these. That's it for that. All right, so this back one, let me show you what I have. Just like the backgrounds, we have this. You can add a contrast. It's not really doing anything right now because it's just set to 1.02. So again, if you wanted to, you could kind of make it darker or kind of make it a little hazy looking, however you wanted to do it. Get in here, play with stuff like that. But it's really, I use that a lot just in case the consistency gets off a little bit and I need to brighten somebody up. So I'll use it for that more than anything. Just kind of right here, just kind of brighten them a little. Other than that, we have, you can add a color grade to that too. It really looks good if the whole background has the whole color cast to it. I'll show you that later. Or the black and white. Now what you can do with the black and white, double click that. Sometimes you can just click auto. That did not look good. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just play, I like to play with the reds and the yellows really until I have it about where I like it. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but that's where it's at. I'm just going to turn that off for now as well. All right, so now let's play real quick with just the title back here, the Mustangs. We're going to change that out to a different name. I'm going to grab my text tool. I'm just going to click in there anywhere. Command or Control A to select all of it. Typically I have everything in all caps. I thought this one would look good, just kind of, starting off with capital letter. All right, so we're going to keep it there, and this is softball. So I still have my text tool. I'm going to click the sport name here, select all, Command or Control A, and type softball. All right, it's kind of hidden by her head. Again, I do that on purpose. I like that look. I'm going to grab, I'm just selecting the whole text again. I'm going to click the color swatch here. I'm just going to grab this blue off her leg. I want to go ahead and Command or Control C and copy that blue because I'm going to use it in other places. Let's see, we can also, if you want, Command or Control T and kind of resize it. Let's see what it's doing. I'm going to hide her real quick. I'm going to come with my auto select move tool, move her off. All right, now I'm going to click that text again, Command or Control T. Kind of move it right there. Again, I don't care if it's hanging off the edge a little. I kind of like that. Or you can just move it wherever you want, really. You can move it down here, change the color so it sticks out. You can move it over here. Actually, let's do that. Why not? I'm going to use my arrow tool, push it down just a little. Again, I like a little overlap. All right. Now I'm going to bring my subject back. Cool. All right, we're getting there. My logo, I'm going to open this up. You don't have to use a logo. Just turn it off. If you do have one, I suggest grabbing one with a transparent background, like a PNG file or something. They're real easy to do. I kind of go over it in some of my other tutorials. I know I did my last one, the sidelines tutorial, I went over it. So feel free to check that one out. I'm just going to put it there. I want to hide the old one. And there we have it. All right, now these bars are getting to me. Let's change those. Just going to click one here. All right. And I have these just as a slight gradient. If you want, feel free to turn that off and just use a solid color. Let's try that. I want to paste, Command or Control V. There's that blue. Or we can turn that off. Let's do the same thing here. I want to click the gradient swatch. It just goes from a lighter blue to a slightly darker. I'm going to click. I'm just going to paste that blue in there. I'm going to come over here to the darker one. Paste it again, but I'm just going to go hair darker. And as you see, it's just a slight gradient. Say OK. I can do the same thing to this one, or you can right click over here, copy layer style, right click on the next one, paste layer style, and it'll literally just pop it over there real quick. All right, let's change this number. She is number 5. Command or Control A to select all that. I want to paste that color back in. Say OK. And I forgot her name, but we're going to just name her Sally Smith. Why not? All right. Now down here we have this color bar as well. So we're going to change, you know what? Let's just paste the color style in there too. Bam, there we have it. But let's change this text to white. Nice. And there we have it, really. So here's another cool thing I forgot to show you at the beginning. If you wanted, you can have this text down here as well. So North Lincoln Knights softball. So it's just a very clean one. You can use that with the one up here, or you can just turn this one off altogether. Let's see. Sorry, wrong one. Sorry, I'm trying to close my things here. Talk text. You can just turn that off altogether. Just have it be very simple and clean looking, just with this text. If I were to do that, I would obviously move her off of it. There we go. Let's shift her over just a little so that bat's not hitting herself in the chin over here. So you could always do something like this. There's a lot of options with this one. Let's go back to, I want to turn that back on. And I'm going to turn this one, this is why I like the auto select, so I can find my layers. Back off. All right. Nice, we're getting there. Let's see here. Sorry, that when I lifted her up, her shadow, here, I want to get my, let's click her again. Sorry. Get my move tool, click her. E for eraser, make sure it's soft. I'm just going to erase that shadow just a little bit right there. There we go. I was getting a hard line there. Okay, so let's see what else. Background. Let's play with the background some. We can keep this solid white. They also have black and gray, so this actually looks really cool dark as well. For them, I think I am going to go more of a gray. It's going to help this white stand out. You can change these colors obviously as well, but I'm going to keep it white for now. And that is really about it for this. Let me show you some of the background stuff. Sorry. So let's close out the clouds. Let's do this dark sky. All right, now we could, again, leave it as is, or you can come in here. Actually, real quick, just so I don't have to undo a lot here in a minute, I'm going to put those clouds back on. I'm going to come in here and create a snapshot. There it is. So I can come back to this look right here, because I think this is what I'm going to keep. So you can always drop your own in here as well, but what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to turn this color grade on. Command V for that. I'm going to make it a little darker. And now I'm going to select the subject. I want to do the same thing. I want to put just a color grade on her. Right there, and it's very subtle. Oh, sorry, there it is. And then maybe you can still add the black and white if you wanted. But, you know, you can get that look. Or what a lot of people like is just the black and white. So let's go in here, turn that back off too. Sorry. There it is. Turn my contrast on. Let's grab the contrast. Let's make that cloud a little darker back there. Cool. So you could have something like that as well. Your call. I'm going to go, I feel like that looks better when it's white though. Look, here, let me show you. Yeah, it's just a little nicer looking if the background's white, to me, my preference. All right, so I'm going to go back up here to my last snapshot I had. I want to keep it at that. Now, let's do a single image. So I'm going to turn all of these off again, all the blue ones. There we go. I'm going to turn my orange ones back on. Select her. I want to come in here. Sorry. I'll just drag this one in. Why not? Let me resize her. There we go. Just keep it there for now. Again, just for tutorial purposes. I'm not going to really go any further, even though I'm still going further. All right, done. Let's hide the other image. And obviously just change the text. You already know how to do that. And done. Very easy for that look. Again, you can kind of come in here if you want. See, bottom text. Turn that back on. Excuse me. And turn this back off if you want. Now, another thing with when you do a single one, that logo is hidden. So you can grab it, kind of bring it up here if you wanted. Bring it wherever you want. And that's really it with this one. I'm going to go back real quick to this. And again, kind of show you how you can hide their feet. I know I just showed you, but I'm going to show you again. So click this mask, and you'll see it's going to bring that, it's going to activate it. I'm going to select her, Command or Control T. I'm going to make her larger. Bring her in just about right there. Then you can hide the feet if they're wearing tennis shoes. I'm probably going to keep this version of her because she is wearing tennis shoes. And that's okay. Alright, and then now that I've moved her, I'm going to resize this logo just a little smaller. Right in there. Or again, I could always move it up here, make it a little smaller. Probably keep it right here. There we go. All right. That's really it. If you have any questions about this one, again, please feel free to contact me. We'll talk about it. I'll help you out with it. But this one's pretty simple. I think you'll enjoy it. There's so much stuff you can do with this one. Actually, I'm going to turn the paper off. There we go. See how that just really cleans it up. Makes it a little sleeker. But yeah, just hit me up if you got any questions. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, I wanted to come in here and say one more thing. Let's go back to this look. All right, so these color bars, I forgot to mention this earlier. If you do go in and make your background darker, as you see, they kind of disappear because they're set to, excuse me, a multiply blending mode. Real quick fix on that. If you want to go with a darker background, because I was looking at this, I'm like, since I'm hiding her legs, I'm going to go with a darker background. So what you can do is find the color bars. Just go to the main folder here. Let's close it. And it's set to multiply as well. Let's put it on normal. Bam. Now your color bars are back. Her name has changed color, so you'll have to go in and change the names of the colors again. Or sorry, the colors of the name again. But these little bars here are now back. So that's how you fix that.